Hi, this is Amy M. Burns from amymburns.com and author of the new publication, Using Technology with Elementary Music Approaches, published by Oxford University Press and available from Oxford and Amazon today. In today's episode, I have this Seesaw and Google activity for Valentine's Day, and it has numerous activities built in, so you could use just some of it or all of it with elementary music students. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started as I'm going to show you the activity and then how I created many of the resources within it. Let's have some fun. I'm going to show the Seesaw activity of what to do, and then I'm going to show how I made some of the tools, and then I'll go into Google Classroom. So here we are in the Valentine music activity, singing, composing, rhythm, play along here in Seesaw. So we're going to add a response, and I'm in my daughter's account, so we're going to jump through her account here. And you can always have the students view instructions. I did record myself just reading through this, and there is a template in there as well, or a multimedia example, in there that will show you. But what I did here was I just recorded myself on these instructions. So what they can do is actually see what each tab of these hearts are supposed to do. So they can actually just hit play and watch. When you go to the red tab, you will listen to a performance of Valentine that they can sing along to with musical notation. Here it's in solfege, so I sing it first in words and then using solfege syllables. Now, if you copy and edit in Seesaw, you can take this out and record yourself. In the yellow heart tab, what they're going to do here is click on the dice, and then they pause it, and then they use the tool to write it. And they continue that way. You never have to change out of the tool to hit a play button in Seesaw. So there. Perfect. Now do watch. Did you see that it does jump back? It resets itself, but it's actually still going from where you left off in the video. It's kind of neat, but it helps them to write it down immediately because it will reset the second time they take up their mouse. So once they get all four, then they click record and they perform their rhythm activity. Let's go to the next one. In the green heart, what they're going to do is click on the spinner. When they click stop, it's a ti-ti-ta, so me. They're going to drag. Now I had that tool on, so watch out for that. I'm going to go back into the pointer tool. There we go, or hand tool. And once they fill up four, they'll hit the wheel and then drag, wheel, drag, wheel, drag. Once they do that, they'll hit the microphone and record their new melody. And then in the blue, they'll get to listen and perform a body percussion play along to it. And then here they can create their own. So they'll drag and drop, and you just have to remind them when there's ti-ti and when there's ta, the difference there. Okay, so that's how they do the activity. Now this is how I created it. And here in the first two hearts, we have videos. Anything under 250 megabytes, and you can upload one multimedia event per page. So you can upload one video per page. Now, all I want them to do here is play, and then they just sing along. I'm not asking them to record while it plays because it won't allow them to do that currently on one page. If you want to see ways to do that, check out my other YouTube video, which is 4 ways to do this in Seesaw. However, if you're just listening, you're going to hit play. Now, you could always link out to a YouTube video or a ViewPure video or something like that. But I do love that all 6 of these tabs stay within Seesaw. So if you can convert your video down to under 250 megabytes, I think it's so worth it for elementary so they don't have to click out of Seesaw. Orange also has a video. So I just created the video using Loom. Now, how did I create these graphics? I went into a free version of Canva. So educators get a great free version of Canva. And what I did was I just downloaded it as PNGs. And notice that you can also download it with a transparent background. I think that's great. It also has a background remover built within it. It's fabulous. But I use this to create those graphics, and then I just put them right into Seesaw. But when I wanted to video, I use Loom. So I use Loom because it also has a free educators account where you can make unlimited timed videos, meaning you're not constrained to 5 minutes. So now when I go over here, how did I make the dice? The dice is interesting. I made the dice using Keynote. So what I did in Keynote was I created these graphics in Canva and then exported them. So they were 4 pages. In these 4 pages, I went over to the animations and I said I want it to be a cube. So I changed it. This one's left to right. This is right to left. This is top to bottom. And this is bottom to top. I then highlighted those 4 and just kept duplicating them. And when I went through after that, I changed around so it wasn't always the set same dice rolling the same way. When I was done, see, there's a few other things I should mention here. One, I made this 1 second, so it wasn't too fast because I didn't want to set off some students with sensory issues. So I made it 1 second, but start the transition automatically and no delay, so that when I went to export it as a movie, none of this here had to be edited because everything was going to go by how you did it in the transitions. So I didn't have to worry about this or even have to mess with that. And that created a video, and then I just put the video right here because the video again was under 250 megabytes. Can you do that in PowerPoint? Yep, you can do that in PowerPoint. It's the same type of thing. Transition, cube, automatically going between slides, maybe a 1 second transition of the cube moving so it's not too fast for students with sensory issues, and then export it as a movie. Over here, this is a spinner. Now you can make a spinner in Google Slides and use the Creator Studio add-on. You can make a pie chart in Google Excel Sheets and then make that pie chart bring it over to Google Slide. It's a process. But the problem is Creator Studio, I haven't seen it working. Like, I learned how to do this through Chris Shiner and it's amazing. But I haven't seen Creator Studio add-on working well or consistently. And I went to its foundational website, which is Tall Tweets, and it's not working. So I did it another way. Instead, I went to Wheel of Names. This was a much faster process. I uploaded the 4 images from Canva. They put them right here. I customized this to do a slow spin. So spin slowly, and that it would go for a minute. And then I put some music into it and could change the colors. You could do a whole bunch of customization. Once I was done, I used Loom again. Hit play and let Loom record it going for 60 seconds. And that is what's in my Seesaw activity right here. It's just Wheel of Names video, because once I had Loom screen record it, I could download it and just upload it right here into Seesaw. As long as it was under 250 megabytes, it was fine. Here, again, I use Loom and Canva. Now, these body percussion images is a part of Katie Wardrobe's midnightmusic.com.au. That is, she has a lot of things she gives away for free. And then there are things, if you subscribe, she gives exclusively to members. Now, I disclose I do work for her. And she gave exclusively to the members these body percussion images in Canva. So I could easily grab them from Canva and put them right into this presentation. It's great. And then finally, this one I got from Mercedes. Mercedes was doing this with hers. She's also a music educator of elementary students, and I got this idea from her. So what you do here is you create your own body percussion play along. And you have to remind the students of TAs and TTs, or toddies and tas, or do days and do's, however you're doing it, 1 and 2N, that they're going to have to use 2 over the TTs and 1 over the tas. The only one that's a little confusing is the raise the roof symbols here. This doesn't even make any sound, but you can raise the roof, and that would be TT. So how did I make this? I took those images from Canva and I just copy and pasted them over. And that's how I did that. and it worked quite well. And again, it just came off from Canva. So it looks like an Infinite Clone even though it's not. And then they would use the microphone, or they could use the video tool here to have them pop up on screen showing them the whole play along. So they're actually creating their own body percussion play along video, which is kind of cool. The pink hearts always bring them back to the instructions, so they're on every page. And that's how I created that in Seesaw. Jumping over to Google Classroom, it's a little bit different. They don't have those great tools of recording built within it. There are some extensions, but this is what I suggest. If your students have Chromebooks, they probably can do this. My third graders could do this for this lesson. So I wouldn't put this in present mode, and I would force a copy out to them so that they could hear and listen to this as well. Now in this one, I just have the instructions, but I could do the same thing as add that video. But here, if they go over, and of course these are all as well adjusted to be able to go to each slide, they can hit play. And again, this is just taking that video and putting it up on YouTube, making it unlisted, and putting the link right here. Same here. Now when they get here, as you can see, I already started doing this. Here's the video. Again, it's coming from YouTube. I created it the same way I did in Seesaw, which was just using Keynote, or you could use PowerPoint, and creating the graphics in Canva. But here, because I have no writing tool, I'm using actually what I did here was screenshot Seesaw and use it as the background so it couldn't be moved. So that's just putting background and putting that image in there. Now to draw, what I did was I said use the scribble tool, which is in the line tool, and use scribble. So it usually looks like this, and then go down to scribble. And then when you do that, they can draw. Sometimes they have to be patient to get that drawing because they'll have to hit it like that, and then it will work, but they'll be able to draw. Over here, I infinite cloned. That's basically what I did. And again, it's the video using Wheel of Names. They hit the play button and they pause it, and it's wherever the marker is, and that's ti-ti-ta. So then they click and drag. So how do you infinite clone? Here, you just bring the image in, then copy and paste it, and then right click so you can align it vertically to the center and then horizontally to the center. When it does that, it will make all of these be right on top of each other. It's really great. So again, just copy and paste a bunch. It will come down diagonally. Highlight them all, right click, and then vertically align them to the middle, and then horizontally line them to the center. And it works. Again, these are all nice little links. Here's the video again. Again, I made the video in Loom and just put it in my YouTube channel unlisted and put the link right here. It's going to take out all ads and comments. And then here it's another infinite clone. Made these in Canva using Katie's wardrobes from midnightmusic.com.au, and she gave them to our community using them. And again, just resizing them and the lines horizontally, and then again I aligned them vertically all to the center. And when you do that, you can create this. Now for recording, you need to, my third graders use Screencastify, so this is not an issue. They could screen record themselves doing this. If you are on iPads, they can screen record themselves using the screen recording tool in the control center built into the iPad. So these will work on both of those devices, laptops as well. Chrome browser is pretty stable, and using Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, Loom, they could screen record themselves performing so that you get to hear what this is. So those are my activities for this week. Again, you can just do one of the activities, or you can do a whole bunch of these. Valentine's Day is not until mid-February, but it gives you something to do with them. And I feel this works great with grades 1 through 4, depending on their reading ability.
Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you had some fun learning some new tools or just reviewing some tools that you've been using in Seesaw and Google Slides. See you next time, and again, remember to like the video and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.